Mike Tyson insists Deontay Wilder should go all out for 5 or 6 rounds in his trilogy bout against rival Tyson Fury, but he also suggests that Deontay Wilder, aka the Bronze Bomber, is only fighting Tyson Fury for another big payday. Mike Tyson talking facts or is he talking rubbish? Make sure you guys like the video, share the video, drop your comments in the comment section below. Make sure you hit me up on Twitter at KO Boxing Vibe 1, Instagram official KO Boxing Vibe. It's fight week, another fight week. You know, we had fight week the other time, AJ Usyk. We got fight week back again with Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. What are we doing here, man? Big fights keep rolling up, man. Big fights keep rolling up. You know, people kept saying, oh, it's not a big fight. I'm not buying pay-per-view for any trilogy. Watch those same people go buy the pay-per-view, bruv. Once this Wednesday, Thursday, we see the weigh-in on Friday, watch the pay-per-view numbers come in. You know, actions speak louder than words, my friends. But quick on this one, Mike Tyson saying that Deontay Wilder should go all out for 5 or 6 rounds. I've made my analysis video on previously. You can check it out on this channel about what Deontay Wilder was supposed to have done and the adjustments he needs to make in order to defeat Tyson Fury. Even Teddy Atlas pretty much agreed with me. The main aspect I feel like that Deontay Wilder needs to get, you know, sorted out is that counter right hand. It's the counter right hand because Deontay Wilder, you know, he's not, you know, being used to, you know, being walked back, you know, and outworked. You know, he's usually, you know, has these guys standing in front of him that are afraid of getting caught by the right hand. So I've said on multiple occasions that Deontay Wilder needs to be more sneaky. He needs to be a bit more sophisticated in order to land his right hand, shooting it from the pocket like he normally does, but not making it bait. Like, it's just, you can literally see when Deontay Wilder wants to throw the right hand. You can't do that against these elite guys, Deontay. You need to be a bit more sophisticated. And, you know, I've seen in some of the little videos here with Malik Scott, you know, Deontay Wilder's been working on feints. You know, he's going to probably need to do a lot of that and more in order to successfully land that right hand flush on Tyson Fury, because he did land, you know, the right hand a couple times in the rematch, but they weren't flush, and Fury was kind of turning his chin away, riding the shot, so he was taking the sting out of the right hands. He needs to basically catch Tyson Fury sleeping. And the key way, like I said, that he will be able to do that is the counter right hand. Now, Tyson Fury won't see it coming because Tyson Fury has not, I don't care, they ain't seen the analysis. Wilder hasn't been doing no counter right hand. He's never really had to. You know, the guys are there to get bombed out. But if Tyson Fury is walking in like he did in the rematch, like I see Sugar Hill talking about, we're going to go in there and do this and do that. If Tyson Fury is walking in, trying to walk Wilder down onto the ropes or things like that, and Wilder's able to slip counter quick, and we know Wilder can let off that right hand real quick, Tyson Fury won't see it coming. So I don't know. I suspect these are things that he would and should have been working on with Malik Scott, because I highly believe that if Deontay Wilder is able to let off counter right hands on the sly without Tyson Fury really, you know, because there's many a time when Tyson Fury was coming in on Deontay Wilder on the ropes, trying to apply educated pressure, where he was wide open for a big counter right hand. Borders wide open for a big shot. This guy was right there to be banged on the chin. But Deontay Wilder, unfortunately, kind of caught in two minds. His defense wasn't the greatest, and he didn't really want to let off the right hand. He wants to have someone standing there to get hit. And Tyson Fury's elusiveness and then the big man with that long jab and that long arm reach, it's very difficult to really find a way to sneak it in, especially with the way that Tyson Fury fought in that, you know, rematch. Obviously, Deontay Wilder caught Tyson Fury in the first fight twice, but it was so late in the fight, and the ninth round where Fury got dropped, arguably Fury, it was his own doing, because he was basically egging Deontay Wilder on to come and catch him. And the 12th round, you know, that was exactly what Wilder did in that 12th round, is exactly what he needs to do again, in the sense that Tyson Fury, he has made this adjustment. He has stopped doing that, you know, this weird thing he used to do when he's swiping his nose, when he wants to like basically reset, and Deontay Wilder clocked that's what he was doing. put that lead left hand out there, pulled that hand down and banged him on the chin and detonated that left hook. You know, he needs to find a way to catch Fury sleeping, and we caught Fury sleeping there because Fury didn't expect Wilder to do that, and we saw the effect it had on Tyson Fury banging the canvas. Got up, but will he get up again? I don't know if that can happen twice, but Deontay needs to catch Tyson Fury sleeping. He needs to catch him flush, and I feel like if he catches him with anything that's remotely dangerous, as he did in that 12th round in the first fight, I highly suspect that Tyson Fury will probably have to find a comfy spot on the canvas, because I don't think he's getting off the canvas from a devastating flush right hand from Deontay Wilder. Some would say otherwise, but when you get banged on the chin like that by Deontay Wilder's right hand, and they're talking about following through with the right hand, so I think Tyson Fury, like Tyson Fury said, he doesn't remember anything that really happened. I highly suspect that he probably would find himself with the referee waving off the fight. But maybe he can do it again. Who knows? It is Tyson Fury. He has got that ridiculous power soft recovery. But jumping back onto Mike Tyson, talking about Deontay Wilder should go all out. That's my pretty much based on what I was talking about before, Deontay Wilder trying to catch Fury sleeping. That's more what I believe. But all this go all out business, Deontay Wilder in the first fight was looking for the right hand all night. Wilder is not. When have you seen Wilder go from the beginning and gunsling? That's never been Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is the guy. Look at Wilder. The guy goes wild when he catches you. If Deontay Wilder catches Tyson Fury, this wild and go after it that Mike Tyson's saying, I guarantee you Deontay Wilder is going to bring the smoke. I guarantee you, if Tyson Fury gets caught by a big right hand and his legs look like he looks momentarily buzzed, or his legs look like they're kind of gone, this is the finish. Gerald Washington. This guy will Stavern or Gerald Washington Tyson Fury. If he catches him, his legs are gone, he'll try and go for the finish. It'll be hard because we've seen Tyson Fury, knowing how to hold and all this kind of thing. But listen, Deontay can't let this guy hold any of this, man. If he catches him, it's got to be lights out. There's no lights on and off. It's gone, bruv. Knockout, flat on the canvas, nailed to the canvas, devastating knockout. But I just feel he needs to just be sophisticated with the right hand. If he gets the counter right hand on point, more sneaky with the feints and trying to throw that right hand, I think he's more likely to land it. And I think if he lands it this time flush, I think it's lights out for Tyson Fury. And in terms of Mike Tyson saying that Deontay Wilder's only doing this for a big payday, you wouldn't discern that from what Deontay Wilder actually says. Obviously, we don't know Deontay Wilder personally to know what his real motives are, but Deontay Wilder could have gone for another route, go and fight Andy Ruiz. That's a massive payday for Deontay Wilder. I think his ego doesn't allow him to believe that Tyson Fury just punched him up. Hence the excuses. But I don't really think it's just a payday. Payday is part of it because it's one of the biggest paydays out there for Deontay, apart from maybe AJ or Andy Ruiz with the Mexican fan base. But I don't think payday is just the main thing. The guy's got the ego, hence the excuses, and he wants to right the wrong, rise from the phoenix like the ashes, like he likes to say, and put Tyson Fury to sleep, like Malik Scott said within 5 rounds. Or Deontay corrected him and said 3 rounds. But this is just smoke and mirrors. We have to wait and see what happens. Fight night is the moment of truth. A lot of people said Alexander Usyk ain't got no chance against Anthony Joshua. Usyk's just gonna go there and get knocked out. AJ is the bigger man. Where are those people now? I hope those people ain't been snapped by Thanos, because I ain't seen them in many comment sections out and about these days. So if somehow Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury, no one should be hiding. We need to give props to this guy and Malik Scott, because to come back from that beating that Deontay Wilder took to come in and flatten Tyson Fury, nail him to the canvas, if he does it, hats off to the Bronze Bomber. So let's wait and see what happens, man. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Deontay Wilder set to take on Tyson Fury this Saturday. Well, Saturday if you're in America, early Sunday morning if you're in the UK like me. But let's see what happens, man. Make sure you like my video, share the video, drop your comments in the comment section below. I want to see what you guys are saying. Do you agree with Mike Tyson that Wilder should go all out? I don't know what weight Deontay Wilder's going to come in at, but if he comes in 231 pounds like he did last time, which I don't really think he should be coming in at, because the speed of his right hand look a lot slower. I don't know if it's the weight, but does Wilder need to risk obviously well athletic, but he looked knackered, man, in the early going there. I don't know if it was the weight, but going all out for 5 or 6 rounds, I don't know where Mike Tyson's getting this from. Maybe it's Mike Tyson's own game plan he's trying to believe Wilder should go ahead with, but let's see what happens, man. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me see what you man are saying. Cool.